I think they might have heard the warning. London awaits for Carly McCulloch and Anna Mears. Does it await in the sprint in the Keirin for Sir Chris Hoy? He steps out onto the track. Jason Kenny comes out onto the track as well. Two riders in this one from Great Britain. Teammates and great rivals. This is Watanabe of Japan. He was impressive in the semi-final to go through. Miguel Bourgain of France. We know he's got plenty of speed. And Simon van Velthoven of New Zealand. Can he make it 2 gold medals in one night for the Kiwis?
Well, van Velthoven has really come on the last couple of seasons as well. Did a good kilometre time trial the other night. Hasn't competed in the sprint event. Putting it all into the Keirin. He's got a very good top end.
At the bottom of the track, Maximilian Levy, you can see the rainbow stripes around his sleeve, but it's not from this event. It's from the team sprint. Simon van Velthoven. One thing we know about the New Zealander is he simply will not be intimidated by the bigger names that he's joined on the track for the final of the men's Keirin. A gold is up for grabs. And just continuing the battle between Australia and Great Britain. If Hoy or Kenny wins this one, it is Great Britain and Australia locked together on 6 gold medals apiece. Came into the night locked together on 5. And then there'll be just the one event to go, the Madison.
Which, of course, Australia go into as the favourites. British team with 2 road riders, really, coming back to the track in Swift and Thomas. It'll be a great race, but this one is going to be a fantastic affair before then. Gold medal at grabs. There's Jason Kenny, the yellow card indicating he has had a warning. Don't think he's going to care about that. There's a gold medal at stake. He'll probably do anything he can to try and make position to try and have another chance of a gold medal.
He did anything he could in the final of the sprint to try and get the better of Gregory Bourget. He finds himself up against another Frenchman this time, Miguel Bourgain, sitting in 4th position. Watanabe of Japan just behind him, and Chris Hoy is at the back of the group.
We can rest assured Chris Hoy will not stay at the back of the group. 5 laps to go now. Bike coming off at 2.5. At some stage, Sir Chris Hoy will make his move. He's done that before. He got into a rhythm for a couple of years where he didn't care where he sat. He was so strong and powerful. He just went from wherever he wanted to and rode right around the outside of everybody. The field's much closer than it used to be. He has to really tactically work his way to the front now these days.
Hoy has won the world title in this event 3 times. He, in the past, could do it from anywhere. Let's see if he's able to do it again tonight. Watanabe of Japan, who sits in 2nd last position. In the earlier repecharges, he was the fastest over the final 200 metres. He is now looking to pick up the wheel of Chris Hoy, who's starting to move around. Van Velthoven is trying to defend that 2nd position, and Kenny is trying to come underneath, pick the lock, and open up the door. Van Velthoven goes with 2 laps to race. Maximilian Levy, he leads the charge. This is good for Van Velthoven as the Brits are getting slightly distracted with each other. The German is starting to open up the pipes. This is a big chance for the New Zealander. Is it time to go? Kenny and Hoy are coming. Maximilian Levy, he charges down the back straight. Van Velthoven is in with a chance. We can see it's Kenny coming around the outside. Hoy ducks underneath, barges his way through, and Hoy wins.
What a win. Matthew Keirin, what a win. Chris Hoy had nowhere to go, couldn't get around the outside, ducked down underneath, went through the back door, picked the lock and straight through for the victory.
And it's just been confirmed, Hoy is first, Maximilian Levy is in 2nd position, and it is Simon van Velthoven of New Zealand with the bronze medal. They don't give out knighthoods lightly. They don't call him Sir Chris Hoy for nothing. The Scotsman is the world champion.
Well, there was no time to think then. Chris Hoy had only one tactic, one manoeuvre. He did it incredibly well. I can't wait to see the replay. That was an amazing threading of the needle to go through a gap that wasn't there.
Scott McGrory, it's under review. The commissaires will be taking a closer look at this one. Wayne Palmerio, who is the chief commissaire, has played his part in these World Championships. When he came underneath, the question will be, did he go onto the blue line known as the duck board? If you improve your position on the duck board, you're disqualified. Thumbs up. Chris Hoy, world champion.
It's confirmed. Well done. Look, the other thing that the commissaire would have been looking for, Yes, you're not allowed onto the blue band of the duck board, but you're also not allowed to force your way through. You're not allowed to put the shoulder into anybody and actually move them up out of the way. I think they were just trying to make sure that he wasn't too rough and manhandled Simon van Veldhoven out of position. He didn't do that. It was a perfect right by Chris Hoy.
Did he just intimidate them out of the way? Excuse me, I know the Queen, I'm coming through. Let's take another look at it. Scott, I'll let you take us through.
Tactically, Simon van Veldhoven rode a fantastic race. Levy, German, leading out from the front, incredibly strong. Here we see Chris Hoy, who couldn't get 4 wide round the outside, ducked down underneath. Didn't quite make contact there with Van Veldhoven, but he did move him up the track. I think he was more frightened and scared that there was someone underneath he wasn't expecting. He was trying to fend off Kenny on the outside. Hoy, with a bit of extra speed by dropping down the track, was able to just move through, thread the needle. Little bit of a touch of elbows, but not too serious. Big throw to the line. That was amazing.
He had no other option. Let's look at the photo. Not a bad photo. It comes with a rainbow jersey.
Well, the German, Levy, fantastic ride as well. Went from the front all the way and was only pipped by Sir Chris Hoy at the end. He held off former world champion Simon van Veldhoven, who's someone who hasn't won a world title yet, but really rode a fantastic tactical race. Levy just outpowered him, but there's the man, there's the winner. There can only be one, and it's Sir Chris Hoy.
Like Jerry Seinfeld at the New York Marathon, you're all winners. And they were tonight in the final of the Keirin. That was one of the most entertaining Keirins we've seen in a long time. He had no other option, Chris Hoy, in that last half a lap, because if he went 4 wide, there was no chance he was going to go around. He had to roll the dice.
Well, and that was Maximilian Levy's. That was his fault. He had no other option because he went right from the gun. When the motorbike came off, he really went for it.
We've got somebody we need to hear from. Kate Bates is with Sir Chris Hoy.
Chris Hoy, what an amazing way to win a Keirin, finish off the week. How did you get out of that hole?
I've no idea. That's not my usual riding style, and to be honest, I'd kind of given up in the back straight with about half a lap to go. I thought, well, I'd messed it up, and I backed off when Jason went instead of just keeping my foot down. And I don't usually do that, so I was already starting to think it's all over. And then I thought, well, I've seen some guys do that kind of thing before, like Awang, that's one of his favourite moves, and I thought, why not give it a go? It's the world final, see what happens. Might salvage a medal. And then the gap opened, and I just thought, keep driving, and threw the bike and won it.
Well, you just put on a great show for the crowd who don't know Keirin races, but pretty special with your family up there.
Oh, it's amazing. They've travelled halfway around the world to come and see me and see the rest of the team compete. And, you know, my wife and got some friends too. I think it's the first time they've come to see me race, so the guys that I've known since I was at school, so it's very special. And the crowd here as well has been fantastic. They've been very fair, they've cheered everybody, and they're a very knowledgeable crowd, so it's been a pleasure to race here, and I'd like to thank Melbourne for having us.
Well, Melbourne thanks you for coming and making it such a good show, and Chris Hoy, congratulations.
Thanks, Kate.